Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Shafiqah.
My name is Ajna Fakiha. My name is Nuna Pradila. And my name is Nadine.
Today we are going to present Chapter 7, Organizational Culture and Change, focusing on Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB. Hi everyone, I'm Pika. Today I'll be start by sharing a short overview of Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB and the big changes the company has gone through. TNB is Malaysia's main electricity company. It's responsible for producing, delivering, and selling electricity to homes and industries. It's also a government-linked company, which means it plays an important role in Malaysia's growth and development. Over the years, TNB went through a few major stages. The first stage was the foundation era from 1949 to 1965, known as Lembaga Elektrik Pusat. Their mission back then went to build Malaysia's electricity system from zero. The second stage was the consolidation era from 1965 to 1990, called Lembaga Elektrik Negara. During this time, TNB worked to combine and standardize the electricity supply all across Peninsular Malaysia. Then come the corporatization era. Starting in 1990, this was a big turning point. TNB changed from a public board to a commercial company, focusing more on profit and efficiency. Today, the biggest change is called the energy transition. TNB is moving away from fossil fuels and becoming a renewable energy provider that focuses on clean and sustainable energy. This change is driven by four main factors. The first one is government policy. Malaysia wants 70% renewable energy by 2050. Second is new technology. Solar and battery power are now cheaper and easier to use. Third, market liberalization. New companies can now share TNB's power grid. Fourth, global pressure. Investors and customers want cleaner energy. So, this is how TNB started, grew, and is now transforming for the future.
So hi, today I will be talking about TNB organization culture before and after the energy transition. Before the energy transition, TNB had a monopoly mindset. For over 14 years, it was sole electricity provider in Malaysia, so the belief was that customer has no choice. This makes the company focus more on internal processes instead of customer need or innovations. The organization was also engineering bureaucratic and bureaucratic. Decisions were technically and follow strict hierarchies. Success was measured mainly by technical reliability or keeping the lights on. The TNB culture was also known for stability and predictability, long-term jobs, low risk, and a steady business model. In short, it was monopolistic, bureaucratic, and inward-looking. During and after the energy transition, TNB began transforming into what we call the reimagined TNB. It adopted a competition and commercial mindset, and is now complete with a new solar and new reliable energy provider. This new culture focuses on agility, innovation, and partnership. TNB also becomes sustainability and innovation driven with a new subsidiaries like GSPARX for solar and TNBX for EV chargings. Lastly, the company is now customer-centric and solution-oriented, offering integrated energy solutions like rooftop solar, energy audit, and smart home system. In summary, TNB has moved from being bureaucratic and stable to agile, innovation, and customer focus, preparing it for the future for clean energies. Thank you.
Now, I will be presenting on the factors influencing the cultural shift at TNB. The cultural transformation at TNB doesn't happen by chance. It's being driven by a powerful combination of external and internal forces that have unfrozen TNB old culture, creating the space for a new, more progressive way of working. So, factor 1, coercive isomorphism. Government policy as a mandate. The first and most crucial factor is institutional pressure from government policy. The National Energy Transition Roadmap, or NETR, isn't merely a suggestion, it's a mandatory national directive. This mandate process can be to change its strategy, investments, and ultimately its culture to align with national goals. This is change we cannot avoid. So factor 2, pragmatic isomorphism. Learning from the best. Secondly, TNB is driven by the success of global utility companies. For instance, Ørsted in Denmark has successfully transformed from a fossil fuel company to a renewable energy leader. By following in their footsteps, TNB is not only learning from the best but also ensuring it remains relevant and doesn't get left behind the global arena. The third factor is technological disruption that's changing TNB's business landscape. The emergence of solar panels and battery storage has created projects, customers who can generate their own electricity. This fundamentally challenges TNB's traditional centralized utility model and forces the company to shift from a culture of control to one of collaboration with customers. And fourth, in facing all these challenges, TNB is guided by clear visionary leadership. Under President or CEO Dato' Ir Baharudin, the vision of sustainability pathway and reimagining TNB has been communicated consistently and convincingly. This provides TNB with clear direction and motivation to change. And next, to manage this massive transformation systematically, TNB adopt quarters and step change model as our guiding framework. For step 1, create a sense of urgency. TNB highlighted the critical climate crisis, government policy deadlines, and global competition to create a compelling case for immediate action. For step 2, build a guiding coalition. A dedicated coalition was formed combining TNB's leadership, government, stakeholders, and technical experts to steer the change process. And step 3, from a strategic vision, TNB established a clear vision of reimagining TNB as a sustainable energy solution leader. For step 4, enlist a volunteer army. Through internal campaigns and awareness programs, TNB successfully transformed employees from spectators into active change agents. And step 5, enable action by removing barriers. Dedicated units like GSPARX and PNBX were created to operate with agility, bypassing traditional bureaucracy. Step 6, generate short-term wins TNB celebrate immediate achievements like large-scale solar projects and EV charging deployments to build credibility and maintain momentum. Step 7, sustain acceleration. The company set higher renewable energy targets and invested in advanced technologies like green hydrogen to demonstrate long-term commitment. And the last step is institute change TNB, embedded sustainability into KPIs, hiring practices, and daily operations to make it a permanent part of the organizational culture.
Now, I will be presenting part 4, which focuses on recommendations for strengthening TNB's culture transformation going forward. To ensure TNB continue moving toward a more innovative, agile, and sustainability-driven culture, the organization must actively shape and reinforce its culture evolution. I will propose 3 strategy recommendations. Firstly, TNB should institutionalize an entrepreneurship program supported by a stage-gate innovation system. This means creating a formal platform where employees across all levels can propose new business ideas. For example, digital customer solution, renewable energy service, or efficiency innovations. Promising idea will receive seed funding and a small cross-functional team to test, refine, and scale the idea, moving through structure phase from concept to pilot to rollout. In terms of organizational behavior, this recommendation directly supports innovation culture. It encourages employees to take initiative, reduce fear or failure, and empower them to be co-creators of the company's future direction. This challenges TNB's historical bureaucratic and risk-averse culture. This also reflects leadership and decision-making development because leaders now act as sponsor and coach of innovation, not just gatekeepers. In terms of feasibility, this is highly doable. Many global energy companies already run internal innovation labs, so TNB can benchmark and adapt similar models through a centralized innovation. The second recommendation is to require job rotation, particularly among middle-level managers and high-potential engineers. The idea is that employees from traditional divisions such as grid or generation serve a 6 to 12 month rotation in newer business units like GSPIRX, TNBX, or in corporate strategy and innovation roles. These have break down silos and transfer new ideas and ways to working back into the core business. Linking to organizational behavior, this supports science model of organizational culture, specifically the level of underlying assumptions. By experiencing a different environment firsthand, managers internalize new culture values such as agility, collaboration, and customer-centric thinking. When they return to their original department, they act as culture ambassadors. This method is widely used in large corporations, especially when trying to unify multiple subcultures, so it is feasible with structured planning. The third recommendation is to strengthen accountability through performance measurement. Currently, sustainability targets exist but mainly at the corporate level. To truly embed the sustainability mindset, TNB should integrate specific green and innovation KPI into individual performance score for all employees, from finance to HR to engineering. For example, HR could be measured by sustainability talent training hours. Engineer could be evaluated on emissions reduction or renewable integration targets. Department could track number of green solutions implemented. From an OB perspective, this ensures alignment between values and behavior. This follows the principle of reinforcing values through system, meaning the reward system and evaluation criteria reflect what the organization truly prioritizes. When rewards support sustainability, the values become internalized as a norm. This is feasible to roll out gradually, beginning with department head before cascading organization-wide. To conclude, TNB transformation teaches us an important lesson in organizational behavior. A culture that once contributed to success can become a barrier when the environment changes. TNB recognized that its traditional, stable, and hierarchical culture was not longer enough for a future driven by innovation and sustainability. By introducing entrepreneurship, job rotation, and green performance KPIs, TNB is not only changing process, it is changing mindset and behaviors. This action reinforces the shift toward a more agile, collaborative, and future-focused culture. So ultimately, TNB is doing more than powering the nation today. It is building the culture foundation needed to power a smarter and more sustainable Malaysia in the future.